Hello there, namaste. So this is the trailer for The Crow, and I gotta say, Brandon Lee was an amazing Crow. I mean, the fact that, you know what, we don't want to go into that tale, but that was an amazing film. That movie was powerful, and it's just a tragic story, that film. But mishaps happen all the time. Just ask Alec Baldwin. But yeah, this is the newer version of it, and I have seen snippets of it, and I don't like how The Crow looks. The fact that Brandon Lee was The Crow. He was kind of like everyone argues Tobey Maguire is Spider-Man. I would disagree, saying Tobey Maguire is Peter Parker. Andrew Garfield was Spider-Man. I'll die on that hill. I never liked Andrew Garfield's Peter Parker, but I liked his Spider-Man. And Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man I didn't like, but I liked his Peter Parker because Peter Parker's a nerd. Peter Parker's weird, uncomfortable around people. Tobey Maguire emulated that, but he also emulated that in Spider-Man as Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield played Spider-Man as the comedy, the aspect of Spider-Man was. He was playful, he was fun. And then he was a frat dude, basically, when he wasn't. Or what was it? He was a skateboarder. He was a... when he wasn't. But yeah, let's see what the heck this does.
What's the first thing you liked about me?
I thought that you were quite brilliantly broken.
Wait a minute. It's... Hang on. This can't be prison. This cannot be. This has to be something else. Maybe even juvenile facility. They would not mix men and women together. And why is everyone a flamingo? I don't know.
You were quite brilliantly broken.
You feel like my person.
Too much for me.
You feel like my person.
What's the worst thing you've ever done?
Anyone else getting Jared Leto's Joker from this? What is with everyone thinking tats all over is gonna make someone seem cool? It doesn't. Now let's say you have the body build, like okay, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He has tattoos, but it works for him because he's got the build for it. If you look like you're half on cocaine, meth, heroin, and your body's like skin and bones, the tattoos just don't stick right. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but getting Jared Leto's Joker from this. No offense to Jared Leto. He just did what he had to do. And it would be terrible to compete. Just like trying to compete with Brandon Lee. Trying to compete with Heath Ledger's Joker, Jared Leto. There's no comparison because it's impossible. You can never be compared to someone who played the role of a lifetime and passed away before he could give the nod to anyone. Just like with, what is it, Will Smith taking on the genie in Aladdin. I mean, Robin Williams is the genie, and without Robin Williams' approval, nobody will ever say Will Smith was a good genie. At least I never will.
I shouldn't have seen any of it.
I've been talking too much.
Shelly! Shelly! Please don't do this!
I thought they got away of fridging. Okay, I'm okay with that. I'm okay, because there has to be, like, okay, this is one thing that I think of, because I remember when Deadpool came out, everyone was like, oh, no, they fridged his wife. You can't do that. But that's the thing. There has to be an emotional trigger for everyone to attach to. The spouse, the loved one being taken out, it was the daughter being kidnapped. I mean, there has to be an emotional trigger that gets everyone like, and then all gun-ho, guns blazing, everyone's on the side of the main character. You need something like that, and fridging someone is a classic trope that works. I'm gonna stick by that.
When someone dies, a crow carries their soul to the land of the dead. But sometimes something so bad happens that the soul cannot rest.
He's gonna pop back up. Like daisies. There we go.
Until you put the wrong things right. You were given the power of a god.
He just looks so weird. We go from Brandon Lee to this. I don't know. What's the guy's name? Something? Bill Skarsgård? No. Something? I don't know. I don't know what the actor's name is. I'm looking at the names at the top. I don't know what it is, but he just doesn't... It's hard to compare when you're comparing it to the one that came before.
But you're running out of time to save her. I'm gonna kill them. Every single one of them. And killed you?
Yeah, you did.
We have a problem. He came for us.
First impulse. Anger.
It's not anger. It's love.
Look at what you've become. You know that love promises only pain.
Ooh, okay. I like how he's beating him to death with the shotgun. Don't shoot him. Don't give him a easy out.
You have no idea what hell awaits you. No, I do.
How many people have you loved?
Okay. I mean, I gotta say, with the action and everything, I'm absolutely loving it. It does look action-packed. I just don't like the look of the crow, at least until everything's on him and the crow's flying around him. I enjoy it. The fact that he's constantly taken out. The fact that it's... So, did his loved one survive? And she's just being a pawn of them, and he's hunting them all down? Because they said you only have a slim amount of time to save her. Or is her crow lost? Is that what the case is? And he needs to free her soul that's bound and by taking them all out in order to free your soul. I mean, there's got to be something there that I'm missing, but I gotta say, it looks action-packed. I'm okay with that. It's just hard to look at him and be like, Brandon Lee has a good successor. I don't think so. I guess it's supposed to hint at his like traumatic past. You know, the fact that he has a history before being the Crow. He was in this flamingo sanctuary, whatever it was, where he found someone and fell in love. I mean, that is the case. I mean, I had a friend growing up. He ended up going down the hill of like drugs, become an alcoholic. He can never return to where he was born because of the triggers he gets. But in the ward, he ended up finding someone who was there for the same reason, and they fell in love, got together. Maybe that's where they are. Maybe they're in a rehab facility. Maybe that's what it is. And he's my friend, my long lost friend, one I haven't spoken to in years. He's doing fine, and I see him on Instagram every now and then. Has kids. I don't think he married her, but he has several, like 3 kids with her. He works a 9-to-5 job. Don't know what his wife does, but yeah, it's nice to see that people can change. And I'm like, okay, so if that's the case, if it's like a rehab facility, that's kind of endearing, because sometimes it takes someone who's in the same history as you to keep you motivated to do things right. Because if it's not a rehab facility and it's like a jail facility, I'm gonna be like, that seems a little strange. But a rehab facility makes sense. Now that I'm thinking rehab, I'm like, okay, men and women together trying to clean up their act. He finds someone who's trying to motivate herself. He's trying to motivate himself. So together they motivate each other. That's why they're each other's person. I think that's a cute line. It's very nice. And then they fridge her, I think. And then he becomes the Crow and starts hunting them all down. It's basically the Punisher. But it does look interesting. It does. I know I was complaining about how he looks. I'm just used to the long, slick back hair all the way to the back. And then the pasty white face, you know, the what is it called? The Kiss white face with the eyeliner and everything. I'm used to that. But in the end, the giant trench coat, I think, was a little too much. I think so. I mean, it looks cool on someone like me, I would hope. But to him and his scrawny body, it just looked like it was too much. It looked like, to me, like a kid in their father's clothes. That's how I felt when I saw him in the trench coat. Let's see if I can find that scene, because it's just funny when you see him in it for the first time. He doesn't look like he belongs in it. See what I mean? Can you see that? Can you see that? It just doesn't look like he belongs in it. He's bundled up in his father's cloak. But other than that, other than how he looks and everything, it does look like it can actually be good. Yeah. After the white man, after the corporate entities. Thank you all for watching. Talk to you next time. Doodles.